You guys know what we're doing before we get into this video. £1,000 to be won tonight over on GBFC Selects. Link is in the description. 10 questions, 10 answers. If you get the most points, you win a grand. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. Let's get into the video. Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome. I'm just going to start throwing things here, but welcome back to the match preview from, you guessed it, the biggest bloody match that Chelsea have flipping played in 9 entire years of kicking a football on a football pitch. This match, for me, this feels like the biggest match I've experienced in my life, apart from the Champions League final, because now there's a bit of added spice to my love and adoration for Chelsea Football Club. It just so happens that I make these videos. I've got a connection with nearly 200,000 people who have the same passion and love as me on the internet. I'm not living at my grandma's house now, the way that I was in 2012. I'm a man. I've got priorities. I pay my bills. But above anything else, I live and dream for nights like we are going to witness tonight. Whether we win or we lose, this feeling that we have right now, this excitement, these nerves, you cannot teach this to somebody. It's either there because you care or it isn't there. I am so bloody nervous. My heart is pumping out of my chest just at the thought of making a preview for Chelsea versus Real Madrid, Champions League semi-final at Stamford Bridge. Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea. The return of the magnificent Eden Hazard. The return of Thibaut Courtois to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea will have to beat and knock out the greatest footballing club in this competition's history. And if we do, we set up a final against Manchester City, a team that are desperate, the way that we were until 2012, to win this trophy. But we've won it before. We've been there, we've done it. Manchester City, they don't know how to win the Champions League. This is their best chance they've ever had. They're in the final. Congratulations, Manchester City. Over 2 legs against Paris Saint-Germain. You were excellent. And there were times last night where I look and I think, blimey, that was impressive from Manchester City and Pep Guardiola. They look the real deal. They are the real deal. They're about to become Premier League champions as well. But tonight, we have a phenomenal test. It is a huge, huge test. Real Madrid have got players back. Hazard is even probably more fit now than he was a week ago. They've got Sergio Ramos back in the squad. Marcelo, oh, what a surprise that is. You didn't hear that first on GBFC. Of course, he's not going to the bloody polling station and drinking orange juice or whatever he's going to do and handing in letters. He's going to be playing against Chelsea. Marcelo's back in the squad. Valverde back for Real Madrid. They've got players back. They're already a very, very tricky opposition to face. We saw it last week that when we took the foot off the gas a little bit, when Real Madrid started to really get a feel for the game, they showed their quality. They've got brilliant players all over the pitch, be it experienced or be it young, talented players. Chelsea are going to have to be at their absolute best if we are to overcome this challenge tonight. But overcome this challenge, I believe that we will. So, without any further ado, it is time to think about how Chelsea are going to win this game by building a starting 11 that could be a multitude of different options. There are so many talented players in this Chelsea squad, and justifications could be found for many of them to start the match tonight and actually go out there and send Chelsea to a champion. It's so bloody big. But we begin with the goalkeeper, the man who has had arguably one of the best debut seasons a goalkeeper could possibly have for a new club the size of the institution of Chelsea Football Club. Edouard Mendy is the goalkeeper against Real Madrid tonight for me. He's been brilliant this season, kept another clean sheet at the weekend. I repeat myself every time when I do my lineup videos. I pretty much say the same thing about Mendy whilst still not disrespecting Kepa. But Mendy's the number 1 keeper. There's nothing else to it. There's only one that can start on the pitch, and I've started with Edouard Mendy. We move into a centre-back 3, and I'll tell you that I actually wanted to go with Christensen, Silva and Rudiger, but I don't think Azpilicueta cannot start as the captain of this football club with all that he's done for us. I don't think he can't start, so for that reason, my back 3 is Azpilicueta, the brilliant Thiago Silva, and the quite magnificent Rudiger. I think, again, across the whole pitch here, Chelsea have so many different options in so many different areas where we could use, having understood the tactical nuance of what Tuchel does to set us out game in, game out, be it against one of the smaller teams or one of the big boys. We know that he has a plan up his sleeve. We've got a tactician as our manager, and I think we move Azpilicueta back into the back three so that we can make the most of the attacking qualities we have in the right wing back position. And I've gone with Reece James there and Ben Chilwell over on the left-hand side. I've been a bit, as much as I love Tuchel and what he's done, and no one can absolutely doubt in any sense that he has come in and revolutionised Chelsea's season. FA Cup final, beating City already, we've done it once, can we do it again? Champions League, semi-final, to be in the driving seat, I'd say. That away goal in Madrid, even though it should have been more, and the performance that we put in gives me confidence that we are in the driving seat for this game. And I think Reece James going forward, Thomas Tuchel said it in his interview himself yesterday. He said that Chelsea, the only way we know how to set out is to win the game. We're not going to sit there battling for a 0-0 against Real Madrid. You're not going to get it. I'm sorry. The game does not finish 0-0 tonight. If it does, I will sit here and eat a slice of that wonderful humble pie with a slice of custard on top and be like, it couldn't get any better than that. It could be the best 0-0 in the history of the sport. Reece James on the right, Chilwell on the left. Been impressed with both of them, and I think we're going to need a little bit of agility on the wings tonight. I think Real Madrid are going to be dangerous. They know they've got to come here and score a goal. So I think we need Reece in there, and I think, again, it backs up Azpilicueta playing in that back three, because we know that in terms of one-on-one defending, Azpi's been at the very top of the footballing game for Chelsea for many, many years. We move into, in my opinion, the most important part of the pitch. These two players, if they have good games tonight, Chelsea make a Champions League final. If they get overran and it's poor, we're going to go out. Kante and Jorginho. This is the biggest game that these guys can play in a Chelsea shirt. N'Golo Kante, I said it before, the man deserves to win a Champions League. He belongs on the pitch for a Champions League final. And if Kante can play even close to what he did in Madrid, Chelsea win this game. I thoroughly believe that. He was all over the bloody gaff, in a good way. Like, he's literally covering every angle of the house in Madrid. And we've got to do the same tonight. Jorginho, we know how important he can be to this Chelsea team. When Jorginho is on song, I've said this countless times this season, when Jorginho plays well, Chelsea are a formidable engine and we can do damage to any team in the world. And I think Jorginho gives Kante that license to roam. It's like a push and pull thing with Kante and Jorginho. As much as I would love Kovacic to be fit, having seen Jorginho in these big games recently, I actually would pick him still. As much as I know it's obviously difficult because Kovacic prior to his injury was in magnificent form, but I just think Jorginho in these big games is such an important component of the Chelsea system. And I think tonight, we know the quality that Real Madrid have. We know that Benzema likes to drop deep, collect the ball. We know that Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Casemiro, powerhouse midfielders who are capable of a defence splitting pass, and a couple of them are capable of really going through the Chelsea team. These guys have got to be on it, and if they are, I believe we go through. We move into the trickiest part of the pitch, without question, because you've got, let's go through the names of the people that could start here tonight. You've got Giroud, you've got Werner, Abraham, but he's not going to start because he's not been starting in any other competition, so why would he start tonight? That's a given. Havertz, Mount, Pulisic, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Hakim Ziyech. Have I missed anybody? Maybe, but that is 8 players who are looking to fill 3 positions in this Chelsea team. And I think if you try and put any of them, as good as they all are, if you try and replace any of the other players that you see on the screen now from the rest of the starting 11 with one of these guys, it completely alters the balance of this team. So, for that reason, based off of his goals at the weekend, I've gone with a front 3 of Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic, and Kai Havertz. I've taken Timo Werner back down to the bench. I think Havertz was very impressive in that game, and I think we've seen that when he is playing a bit more advanced, he can do very well. I know that Havertz does work very well with Werner, so taking him out makes it difficult, but we saw that the pace of Christian Pulisic just runs rings around that Real Madrid defence in the first leg. So for me, based off of his ability and the goal that he scored to put Chelsea in this driving seat for this game, gives Christian Pulisic a start. And Mason Mount, I mean, I know I wax lyrical to take football therapy Jan's words, but I know I go on about Mason Mount all the bloody time, but I think it's so flipping obvious that he is the player of the season. And if he's dropped randomly for a Champions League semi-final second leg when he's just been playing out of his skin, it would be a crazy thing to do. So for that reason, that is the front 3 that I've gone for. The beauty about this Chelsea team is the quality we could call upon from the bench with the variety of different abilities that these players on the bench have, the likes of Giroud if you're chasing a goal, Timo Werner if Chelsea aren't making the runs in behind, Hakim Ziyech if we need that little bit of wizardry, you know, cast a little Harry Potter spell and make Eden Hazard fall over and not injure himself but not be at his very best. That would be wonderful, Hakim. Just, you know, stand there on the sideline casting some magic so that these Real Madrid players don't do the business. We've got quality in abundance all over the field. And to wrap this one up here, I pray to whatever God I believe in that I'm sat here after the game talking about a Champions League final, because I think I've become emotional. I think regardless of how good the performance is, I think I will be very, very happy. Very flipping happy. People don't understand, you know. I live in Bali. Most of my friends here don't even like football. They just see what I do and how I talk about it and they're like, okay, I get it. I understand. Like, you don't have to explain. Champions League finals, this is the stuff of flipping dreams. I'm 26 years old. I've experienced 2, heartbreak in 1, ecstasy in another. I just want to make the final, and then the next couple of weeks we can enjoy ourselves. We can revel in the dream of Chelsea lifting 2 trophies, 2 huge trophies at the end of this season. I pray that we get this job done tonight. My score prediction is that we will go through in extra time. I don't know how I will cope with that, and in terms of like just staying alive, but I think it's going to be 1-1. And I've just got a feeling that Thiago Silva is going to score the winner in extra time. I don't know how and I don't know why, but I have a vision. But anyway, I'm getting carried away here. Thank you guys for watching this match preview. As I said earlier, if you're not yet subscribed to GBFC, please be sure to do so. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all later. Come on, Chelsea.